Who's the most hated housewife in Potomac? Candiace claims the title, but is she right? We want to know who truly deserves this not-so-coveted crown. Before we even get started, we want to remind you that we want to hear from you. Watch this video, then drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And now to the important stuff. In the Real Housewives world, being the villain isn't always a bad thing. The most hated is usually the woman who keeps the conversation going. These women know that stirring up drama is what keeps the show interesting. Without their wild antics, we would all be asleep on our couches. But who really takes the crown for Potomac's most hated housewife? We are about to compare some of the biggest troublemakers and the biggest trouble they have made on the show. Get ready for some of the most shocking moments during the history of this franchise. You might think you know who deserves the title, but trust me, you are in for some surprises. The drama is about to get real. When it comes to Potomac's most dramatic duo, Candiace and Mia take the cake and probably throw it too. But here's the kicker. While they are busy making waves, are we missing the real reason behind their behavior? There might be more to these villains than meets the eye. Let's start with Candiace Dillard Bassett, who's boldly claimed the title of the most hated housewife in modern history. Talk about a spicy introduction. Candiace isn't one to shy away from confrontation. Remember that butter knife incident with Ashley Darby? That's just a taste of her explosive style. She's like a firecracker at a dinner party. You never know when she's gonna go off. But wait, there's more. Enter Mia Thornton, the newcomer, who's giving Candiace a run for her money in the drama department. Mia's got a different approach. She's more of a throw first, ask questions later kind of gal. Just ask Wendy Osvo, who got a drink thrown at her and a purse to the face courtesy of Mia. Yikes. Talk about making an entrance. Now you might be thinking, surely Candiace's butter knife antics make her the most hated, right? Well, not so fast. Fans are pretty divided on these two. Some folks are Team Candiace, saying her confrontational style is just misunderstood. Others are all about Mia, calling her strong and unapologetic. It's like choosing between a volcano and a tsunami. They are both forces of nature. But here's where it gets interesting. Candiace has something to say about how people see her, and it's not what you would expect. She argues that there's this expectation for black women to have a rags to riches story. In her words, if a black woman doesn't have an up-from-nothing story, a bootstrap story, it should also be okay for black women to come from financial privilege. That's some food for thought, right? Mia, on the other hand, is all about that unapologetic life. She's like, yeah, I did that. So what? Some fans love her boldness, while others are like, girl, take some responsibility. It's a classic case of love her or hate her. So, who's actually more hated? It's like trying to pick between two flavors of chaos. Candiace describes her style as in your face and intimate, while Mia's more about that chaotic energy. Candiace even said she appreciates Mia's authenticity, but girl, at what cost? Fan reactions are all over the place. Some think Candiace is angrier and messier than the rest of the cast. Others are side-eyeing Mia for stirring up drama without owning up to it. It's like a never-ending tennis match of shade and scandals. In the end, it's hard to say who's truly the most hated. Candiace has got that sharp tongue and even sharper butter knife, while Mia's got her drink-throwing arm ready for action. They are both bringing the drama, just in different flavors. Maybe the real question isn't who's more hated, but who's more entertaining? While Candiace and Mia battle it out for the drama queen crown, another housewife is silently climbing the ranks of infamy. Is it possible that being too normal is the biggest sin in reality TV? Robyn Dixon's subtle approach to chaos might be more polarizing than we thought. When you think of Real Housewives drama, you probably picture screaming matches and drink throwing. But what if I told you the most hated housewife might be the one who's not making any noise at all? Enter Robyn Dixon, the seemingly grounded member of the Potomac cast who's stirring up controversy in the most unexpected way by being frustratingly normal. Robyn's always been the calm in the storm, right? Well, turns out that might be exactly why fans are turning on her. In the world of reality TV, being too chill can be a cardinal sin. Viewers are getting restless with Robyn's lack of explosive moments. It's like going to a fireworks show and getting sparklers instead. Sure, they are nice. Well, where's the big bang? Fans are starting to see Robyn's quieter approach as a bit of a snooze fest. One critic even said, Robyn seems like the most down-to-earth and laid-back cast member of the show, but these positive personality traits don't always translate well into reality television. Ouch! Imagine being too normal for TV. That's gotta hurt. But here's where it gets juicy. Robyn's recent storylines are driving fans up the wall. Her on-again, off-again relationship with Robyn Dixon? Yeah, viewers are over it. It's like watching a tennis match where the ball never actually crosses the net. People are tuning in for drama. not a never-ending game of will they, won't they. And don't even get me started on the recent controversies. Robyn decided to spill some major tea about Juwan's secret entanglement on her podcast instead of on the show. Fans were not happy. It's like she's holding out on us, keeping all the good stuff for herself. Where's the loyalty to the viewers who have been invested in her story? Some fans are defending Robyn, saying she's a breath of fresh air among all the chaos. But let's be real. We know watch Real Housewives for fresh air. We want the dirt, the drama, the messiness. Robyn's decision to keep her personal life private might be admirable in the real world, but in reality TV, it's a cardinal sin. One fan hit the nail on the head, saying Robyn is perfect because of her history with most of the OGs. Robyn's on-screen chemistry with the women is what makes me watch the show, but is that enough? In a world where Candiace is wielding butter knives and Mia is tossing drinks, Robyn's subtle shade just isn't cutting it for some viewers. So, is Robyn actually more hated than her louder castmates? It's hard to say. While she might not be causing as much on-screen drama, her lack of engagement is driving fans crazy in a whole different way. It's like she's found a way to be controversial by not being controversial at all. Now that's a plot twist. Speaking of plot twists, let's talk about the real masters of manipulation. Remember Jizelle and Karen? They have been around longer than anyone, but does that make them legends or just tired old news? Turns out, being an OG doesn't always guarantee fan love. When it comes to the Potomac squad, Jizelle Bryan and Karen Huber are like the aunties who have seen it all. These two have been stirring the pot since day one, and honey, that pot is overflowing. Gizelle's got this whole narrator thing going on, always ready with a sassy comment or some juicy gossip. She's like the friend who can't keep a secret to save her life, but you still tell her everything anyway. On the other hand, we have got Karen, aka the grand aim of Potomac. This lady is all about the dramatics. Remember that wig mishap at the barbecue? Classic Karen. She took what could have been a mortifying moment and turned it into comedy gold. That's the kind of skill you can't teach folks. Now, you would think being on the show for so long would make these ladies fan favorites, right? Well, not so fast. Gizelle's got this way of getting under people's skin. One minute, fans are living for her shark humor, and the next, they are ready to throw their TV out the window. It's like a roller coaster of emotions with her. Karen, though, she's got a different approach. She's all about keeping that air of mystery and elegance. But let's be real, sometimes her over-the-top moments have fans rolling their eyes so hard they can see their own brains. It's a fine line between fabulous and ridiculous, and Karen's walking it like a tightrope. The thing about Jizelle and Karen is that they have got this love-hate thing going on with the fans. Some people can't get enough of their antics, while others are like, enough already. It's like they are the vegetables of the Potomac diet. You know they are good for the show, but sometimes you just want to skip to dessert. But here's where it gets interesting. These two have been through more drama than a soap opera marathon, and they are still standing. That's got to count for something, right? Whether it's Jizelle stirring up trouble or Karen dropping another iconic one-liner, they know how to keep people talking. Fan reactions to these OGs are all over the place. One minute, everyone's Team Jizelle, loving her no-filter approach. The next, they are bowing down to the grande dame living for Karen's extravagant lifestyle. It's like watching a tennis match, but instead of a ball, it's the audience's loyalty bouncing back and forth. So does being an OG make Jizelle and Karen more loved or hated? It's complicated, honey. Their longevity on the show means they have had plenty of time to build up a fan base, but it also means they have had more opportunities to get on people's nerves. It's like they are that one relative at family gatherings. You can't imagine the event without them, but sometimes you wish they would take a breather. In the end, Jizelle and Karen are like the salt and pepper of Potomac. Sometimes they enhance the flavor and sometimes they are just too much. But one thing's for sure, without them, the show wouldn't have the same kick. Love them or hate them, these OGs know how to keep us coming back for more. Alright, let's break it down. We've got Candiace with her sharp tone and butter knife antics, Mia throwing drinks like it's her job, Robyn being too normal for her own good, and our OGs Jizelle and Karen stirring the pot like seasoned pros. So, who's really the most hated? Here's the thing, it's not about who's the worst, it's about who keeps us watching. Candiace's drama might be over the top, but she's got us talking. Mia's unapologetic attitude, frustrating but fascinating. Robyn's normalcy, it's driving fans crazy, which is exactly what reality TV thrives on. And Jizelle and Karen, they are the seasoning that keeps this show flavorful. In the end, the most hated housewife is probably the one you can't stop thinking about. Love him or hate him. These ladies are the reason we keep coming back for more Potomac drama. So, did we get it right? Who do you think is the most hated housewife in Potomac? Let us know. We love hearing from you, so please drop your thoughts in the comments and we will keep the conversation going.